Hello, hello. How are you?
Hope you are doing good today. Give you guys a couple of minutes to hop on. Let's make sure we are live. Looks like we're live. Hey guys, if you are jumping on live, say hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hey guys, when you're jumping on, if you'll say hello, remember I am streaming StreamYard, so you have to give StreamYard permission for me to see your name, any comments that you may make. See, someone says hello. Not sure who you are, but hello. How are you? Hope you're having an awesome day. Oh, it's Dana. I see you on another screen. So glad you're here. We're going to talk about the top 3 business growing pains today. Hello, hello. Jumping on. Happy Thursday. Awesome. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is like overcast where I am today. I'm having an allergic reaction to something, so my face is like super puffy. So excuse that, but I'm here anyway. We're going to talk about all the things today. So if you're jumping on, say hello. And if you're catching the replay, if you will hashtag replay, that would be awesome as well. So I can reach out to you after the fact. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yay. Well, welcome to today's live webinar training. Today's topic is the top 3 business growing pains that I see super often in entrepreneurship. I've experienced these 3 things myself, so I'm here to tell you that it happens. It can happen often. One of them I'm actually experiencing just today, and we'll talk about that too. So I'm going to be really, really honest with you. You know me, I keep it real. So we're going to keep it real here. If you have questions throughout this, pop them in the comments and I'll stop periodically. And if this resonates with you, like if something I say makes sense, put it in the comments. Like talk to me about this. I love to communicate with you guys through these lives. So it helps me to keep my momentum going through this. But if you are new here, my name is Stephanie Manley. I am a virtual CFO and profit strategist inside this group. And I'm streaming in 3 different places right now. So we're over on our YouTube channel, The Calculated Profit Pursuit. We're inside our Facebook group, The Calculated Profit Pursuit. And we're also over on the Calculated Profits Facebook page. So wherever you are, if you'll say hello, tell me where you're tuning in, that would be awesome. And let's get started. So the whole reason that I wanted to do this training today is because so often, especially in the social realm, right? We're on Facebook right now live. We see a lot of success stories, right? Everybody posts about how great things are. Entrepreneurship is wonderful. Life is great. But we often don't talk about the bad stuff, right? And it's just, we just don't. And I think that it's not a good thing. It's not a good practice for us. We need to talk about the bad just as much as we talk about the good, because what happens when we start experiencing those issues in our own businesses, we start comparing ourselves to other people in social. And if they're not talking about the bad stuff, then we think that it's just us, right? Tell me if that's you, because I have been there. I do that to myself. I actually just did it a couple of days ago, to be honest with you, and I had to have a reality check with myself. So that's what I want to talk about with you today is 3 business growing pains that I see. Well, growing pains simply means that you are growing, right? Your business is growing. You're either just starting and you're adding more clients or more customers, or either you've been in it a while and you're making a shift, right? You're scaling to a different level. So it's a pain in the growth process. And every single business, whether it's very, very, very small or huge corporations, they all go through growing pains. So I don't want you to feel alone. All right. The first one, though, that I want to talk about, and I'm probably going to spend more time in this one because it really relates more to small business especially most of us in this group or in these groups are women, and we experience burnout. This is the one that I probably experience more often than anything else. Okay. If you've experienced burnout, let me know that you've experienced it. Tell other people that you are there, you had been there. Reach out, ask for that accountability partner, ask for somebody to help you when you are reaching burnout. Okay. And burnout can mean different things to different people, right? Burnout could be emotional, burnout could be physical, right? So remember that, like, not feeling well, if you're just like pushing yourself to the max all the time, then something's going to happen, right? Your body is eventually going to catch up and say, you know what, we're going to stop, right? That's a burnout. If it's emotional, maybe you cry on the drop of a hat, right? You wear your emotions on your sleeve. Like, those are things that happen when you are reaching burnout. And my goal here is to show you guys ways that you can be aware that you're about to hit this point so that you don't go into full out burnout. I don't want you to be in full on burnout. Okay. So anybody in here experiencing burnout right now? Let me look and see if there's any comments with that. So burnout, remember, physical, mental, emotional, right? And it's usually the result of you doing everything, right? You're wearing all the hats. You are trying to do your bookkeeping. You're trying to create sales. You're trying to do all your social media. That's just in business. And then you add being a spouse, being a mom or a dad, whatever you may be, on top of that, being a friend. Once you start adding all those things together, it's like this big mess. It could become a huge mess if you don't have control over those things. Okay. So it can be stressful. It can be very overwhelming to you. And a lot of times what I hear with entrepreneurs is they hit that block and they say, you know what, I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to do anything because I'm so burnt out. I'm so stressed out that I'm just not going to do anything. I don't feel like doing anything. So let's look at some ways that you can stop before you get to that point, right? I want you to be able to just press pause, right? I don't want you to completely stop, but I want you to be able to press pause for a moment and be able to start again and start fresh, okay? All right, so burnout is the very first growing pain that I see happening. And that's typically, again, because you're trying to do everything yourself instead of asking for help. All right, so I'm going to give you some solutions in a little bit, but that's number one growing pain. Number two growing pain is poor cash flow management. Okay, so most bookkeepers, most financial people will tell you to look at your profit and loss statement every single month and for you to determine whether you're making a profit. And that's important, yes, but equally important is that you have good cash flow management. That means that there's money left over at the end of the month in your bank account. It doesn't mean that you're just making a profit, because you can make a profit and still not have money left over. Well, how is that so? How can that be? Well, maybe you have too many bills, right? Maybe you are paying yourself too much out of your business. Maybe you're taking too many personal expenses out of your company. That will result in poor cash flow management. And let me tell you guys, I'm here to tell you, at the end of the month, if you don't have money in the bank to pay your bills, that's a stressor. That's a stressor for your business, which then results in more burnout. See how it kind of all flows together. Okay, so it's very important that you are managing your cash flow. All right, I'm going to give you some solutions on how to do that too. The third growing pain that I see very often in business, especially in the startup phases, is that some entrepreneurs have a tendency to underprice their products and their services. Okay, so there's two reasons for this. One is because they base their products and service pricing on emotion. So maybe it's a coaching program that you're doing or something that you just really, really enjoy. Well, normally you're going to underprice those items because you really enjoy doing that, right? So you're doing it out of your heart, and you're just very excited about what you're doing. So you tend to underprice, right? The other reason that I see underpricing happening is because you really don't know what it's costing you to begin with. All right. So we talk about products. How do you know what a product costs you so you know how to sell it? Well, you need to know what are your fixed costs in that product? How much does it cost to make the product? Actual income, right? How much is it costing you? How much were the materials? How much is the labor that it takes to actually make that product to resale? When we're talking about services, we're not necessarily just talking about how much it costs to make a service, right? But we're talking about, what about your tech stack that goes into your services? What about your virtual assistants that you have to help you with your services? What about your own time? Because a lot of times us entrepreneurs, we don't think about our time, and we don't value our time enough to really price it the way it should be. And we're underpricing, which means we're overworking, undercharging, which then results in what? It results in burnout. So it all flows back into that burnout when we're talking about all these things here, okay? So everything that we're talking about is going to funnel right on back to burnout. And it's something we don't talk about in business, and we need to talk about it, guys. We really need to open up, be honest with each other, and say, hey, I'm reaching burnout. Can you help me? It's okay. We're all there, right? But it's hard for us sometimes to be vulnerable and reach out to people and say, you know what? Can you help me out here for a minute? Just let me vent for you let me vent with you for a minute and help me get through this. Okay? If you're that person, you're watching this right now and you are in burnout mode, or you're approaching burnout, please reach out to me. You can be honest with me. You can say, hey, Stephanie, I'm reaching burnout. Help me. And I'll be glad to chat with you in your DMs, whatever it may be, to help you get over that stage of burnout. Okay? Because as an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur for over 12 years. Trust me, it happens, and it happens often, and we need to talk about it. So reach out to me. I'll be your accountability partner with that. Absolutely. All right. So any questions so far about the top 3? Don't see any here. Awesome. Well, let me give you a few solutions to burnout. All right. So number 1 is you don't have to be everything to everybody. Okay? You don't have to do it all. That's number 1. You don't have to do it all. Okay? So I want you to really sit down with yourself for a moment. If you are a person that's in burnout, I want you to sit down for a moment. Get out a pen and paper. Okay? Go back to the old pen and paper and write down your thoughts. Write down what is creating the burnout. Like, what are the thoughts that just keep racing through your head? Is it money? Is it you don't have enough time? Is it that you need to outsource things, but you're not really sure how to outsource? Is it that you're not spending enough time with your children and you feel bad about it? Like, what are the things that are causing the emotions that you're having? Write those things down. If there are things that you can outsource, it's time to outsource. Okay. So, and I know that it costs money to outsource. I totally understand that. But sometimes it's worth outsourcing so that you can have the time that you need in your schedule to do the other things that only you can do. Remember, you started your business and you're the CEO of your company. There are things in your business that only you can do. There's things in my business that only I can do, right? I can't outsource. I can't ask my VA to go live, right? I can't do that. I can't ask other people within my organization to meet with my bookkeeping clients. I can't do that. That's me. That's on me, right? But I can ask my VA to respond to an email. I can ask my social media manager to create a Canva, right? I can ask other people in my family to do things, right? I can ask my husband to cook dinner so that I can rest for an hour, right? I can ask my 11 and 12-year-old to unload the dishwasher so mama can work for an extra 30 minutes, right? So the first step in this solution to burnout is realizing that we don't have to do it all. And then we have to figure out what actually can be delegated and start delegating those things, okay? And I'm a control freak. I'm just going to be honest. I guess I'm announcing that here to the world. But so with that being said, it's hard for me to delegate. Very hard to delegate. But trust me, just start small. Start with a little thing, right? Start with someone taking out the trash or empty the dishwasher or making a Canva for you for your social media. Make it one little thing, and that will help you with burnout. All right. Now let's talk about cash flow management. Well, what can you do about cash flow management? Well, the very first thing you can do, if you haven't already, is get your finances in order. Get your finances in order. Do you have a clue what your income and your expenses are? Do you really, really know? Not just, yes, Stephanie, I know that I have $500 at the end of the month. No, that's not what I'm asking you. If I ask you for your profit and loss statement right now, could you show that to me and be able to pinpoint where your money is coming from and where all your money is going? Okay, that's the number one fix to cash flow management. You have to know. Okay, once you know, then you can make a plan of attack. And that plan of attack may be that you need to increase revenue. Or it could simply mean that you're spending too much money and it's time to cut things. Okay. I know on a personal side, a lot of times when we start looking at personal budgets in our business, then we start seeing a lot of subscriptions and things that you don't need. Business is the same way. If I had to tell you one place to start in your budget, is look at your subscriptions. Look at all of those monthly fees that you're paying for that are just auto drafting out of your credit card or your bank account every month that you don't even realize. There's hidden money sitting there, guys, and will help your cash flow management. Okay, so those are your two fixes for cash flow. Get your finances in order if you don't have them already, and make sure they're customized. You know what's happening in your business, and then create that budget to move forward to cut expenses or increase revenue where you need to. And then let's talk about your underpricing your products and your services. Well, again, in order to price correctly, you have to know what it's costing you. So it's time to sit down, figure out exactly what your products are costing you. How much are those goods that you're having to purchase? How much time is it taking you? How much assistance in payroll or contract labor are you having to spend each month? Same for your services. I want you to look at how many hours you're putting in. Okay, guys, we didn't become entrepreneurs to trade hours for money, right? If we were going to do that, we might as well just be an employee. Okay, you would have a lot less headaches than you would as an entrepreneur. So stop trading hours for money. Price your products accordingly, but you have to start by knowing what it's costing you. Okay, and it's not just the cost, the money cost, it's also your hours as well. All right, any questions that you guys have for me, if you will pop them here in the comments below, be glad to help you out. Anybody need an accountability partner for burnout? Awesome. All right, well, I hope you guys, this helps you a little bit if you're experiencing burnout, or if you are having some issues with cash flow, or even underpricing your products or services. Please reach out to me. I am here to help you. Drop any comments that you have in this post or in our group, and I hope to see you again in a couple of weeks. So every other Thursday, I will be here giving you some tips and tricks for your business. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Bye, guys.